Hello and welcome back to another day in the arena. It's me, it's CGB, and today I am showcasing a deck list from Arena Championship 7, which the footage and coverage is taking place this weekend. So check that out on the official Magic the Gathering Twitch channel, maybe also on YouTube, maybe. You need to look around. But I'm sure there'll be links in the description. We are playing Sultai Flash. Now, the meta is a lot of Dimir, a lot of red aggro. All right, a lot of Dimir tempo, a lot of red aggro. Those two decks, tons of them. But then on top of that, there's a little bit of this Simic Terror deck, which focuses on Up the Beanstalk, Tolarian Terror, and Eddie Mark Crab. And this town ain't big enough for the value engine to draw a bunch of cards and create amazing board presence. However, one player, Yimin Z, has chosen to innovate with the archetype a bit and do some things that we have not seen, which is add black and create this Sultai Flash deck. So what does black add to a deck like this? Well, in the main deck, you've got a copy of Go for the Throat, which can be like more copies of Go for the Throat when you're recurring it with Storm Chaser's talents, level 2 of the class. Also, Nowhere to Run. Nowhere to Run is a card that lets you ignore ward costs as an enchantment and also can function as a removal spell when it enters. But when you combine Nowhere to Run with This Town Ain't Big Enough, well, you have a recursible removal spell. So that seems like amazing technology in a meta that requires more and more ward costs to be paid. Thinking of cards like Sheltered by Ghosts, I'm looking at you. Think of the mirror match when terror on terror action is terrifying. Then we also have in the main deck, instead of Unsummon or Into the Floodmaw, which is common in these decks, bounce spells, we have Rona's Vortex. Rona's Vortex has a kicker for 2 and a black that lets you put a permanent on the bottom of its owner's library. That is a creature or planeswalker. So instead of a bounce spell, it can be a more expensive removal spell if you have black mana. How free is adding black mana to this deck? Well, our deck already has Analyze the Pollen and Bushwhack to help you hit the right lands. It has Cash Grab and Seed of Hope to get you deeper through the deck to have the right lands. And Gloomlake Verge is just a land that turns on black mana. It would normally be an island, but it just turns on for black mana if you also control an island or a swamp, of which, you know, you can fetch up. So honestly, it doesn't feel like you're paying a big cost for the black mana, and you get sideboard cards. We're playing best of 1 today, but of course the Arena Championship 7 is a sideboard best 2 out of 3 event, so we are showcasing some sideboard cards over here with Dreams of Steel and Oil, Duress, the kicker on Tear Asunder, Maelstrom Pulse comes from Foundations, in case you didn't know that snuck back into Standard, Gix's Command, Cut Down, Anoint with Affliction, another Go for the Throat, more Tear Asunders, the removal spells you know and love in a strategy that didn't have access to it before. That's the kind of technology that might bring you success in a tournament like this. So will Sultai Flash end up being the adjustment that takes it over the edge? We'll find out when we watch the event. For today, let's try it on the best of 1 ladder. Let's dive in and let the nonsense begin. Our opponent's giving me aggro vibes. It's that avatar. And there's a mouse. The mice are mean. Mice are cruel creatures. This hand has beans. I like drawing cards. Let's keep. All right. Do I have to pull out the big guns? Do I have to hit the Your Go? I'm doing it. I'm totally gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. It's like honking the horn when you're at the red light in the Midwest. Like, it's impolite, right? But 3, 2, 1. It's still ignoring me. Oh God, what does a Midwesterner do now? Do we honk the horn again? Okay, thank God. Okay. Oh gosh. It's like the most stressful 2 minutes of my life. Wait, are you doing what I'm here to do? Well, maybe the black splash will help. They keep on top. It might also be a domain deck. Yay, land. Beans on the play. Woo! unbeatable. 100,000,000% win rate. Beans on the play. Pass turn. Okay, it seems like they're doing what I'm doing. But we hold, we chill. Gosh, what does this matchup come down to? Maybe, okay, they have beans. Maybe the black splash will make a big difference. I do not have a counter spell for this, nor do I really have any in the deck, nor do I really have removal for this of any kind. It's a tempo deck. It's not what we do. There's sleighting of hand. This deck opts for opt, which I prefer. I like the opt. Okay, seed. Ooh, more beans. There was a chance there we got to crab for free if we whiffed, but we'll take this situation. Another opt. Oh, fill that graveyard. This is how you fill a graveyard. Oh my goodness. Let's go. Bushwhack in hand. Double beans. Oh, it's happening. It's totally happening. Two and 1 mana 5/5s coming right up. Oh, that draw cards when they enter. Yes, yes, yes. How could we forget the good part? Our opponent is analyzing some pollen. Like, this pollen's interesting. It looks like an island. The seed of hope, the Storm Chaser's talent. But not playing it? That's a crab. You have a crab. Well, I have a crab. I have multiple crabs. Crabs are what I have. Oh man, the bushwhacks are so awkward. How do I get one of these to get 1 more point of toughness? That would be so huge. Okay. Yeah. It's a big old crab. Crabs on crabs on crabs. Dude, a 6/6 would rule this world. Okay, that's a Tolarian Terror. Let's cast a Seed of Hope. There, that made our terror nice and cheap. Draw. Draw. Oh my. Draw. Draw. I love it. There's a go for the throat. Do we kill this now before they can bounce it? I think so. I think we just set them way back. Tap out, set them way back. I know we can play another 5/5, but it allows them to do bouncy things with their crab. I'd rather they had to bounce their beans. They're like, what? Where did the black mana come from? It's the technology. They're digging. They found something terrible. I need to be able to ignore some ward, so nowhere to run would be the ultimate technology draw here. Another big honker. Let's go. So they have mana open for either a crab or a town ain't big enough for the two of us. Okay. What we doing? Let's grab. If their stuff's tapped, it can't block us. That's how that works. Do I tap this? Nah, probably not, right? Paying the mana really not worth it. I'll just trade. And well, speaking of the trade though, I can bushwhack, and if they go this town, they can bounce this, bounce this. Then they're tapped out, hits, vortex. Yeah, still can't target that without paying ward though. That's really annoying. Let's just go to combat, see what they do. Oh my god, it's a crab. How could this happen? Why'd they tap the summoning sick crab? I don't know. Hi. We get to be first mover here of just throwing 5/5s into each other. Awesome. Am I supposed to fight their crab? I don't think I'm supposed to fight their crab. It gets it off the board, I think, and bouncing it doesn't really do anything. They just, that's what they want. That's what they want. They're crazy like this. Yeah, as long as we have terror advantage, I think that's what's important, is that we actually keep terror advantage. All right, let's fight the little otter thing. And let's keep up the blue mana if our town ain't big enough. Discard one of these tapped lands that we definitely won't be needing. Yeah, if we keep the most warded creatures, I think that's where they can't really interact with them. I think that's where we get the advantage. Uh-oh. Well, that's a choice. Yeah, they have to take the terror. And we're still up in beans. They're attacking. I'll just bounce it. It comes back down tapped. Yeah, I think their plan was to bounce it anyway and then replay it. So if we do the bouncing, they don't get the damage. Also, they can't play this town ain't big enough and the crab without an untapped land. I mean, this is 20 damage. So yeah, they have to play another crab. They do have another land, sure. Sure. Beans! Do I even play it? There's a chance we draw our deck. It could be sad. I have too much open mana for my taste. Combat. Uh-huh. Tap my crabs. Yep. And then terrors. Man, what I do for a +1/+1 counter. King of the Seas. Okay. Did that. Man. What is the right play? We can bounce our own terror and replay it to draw more cards. That's pretty good. We can try to fight their crab. They might bounce their own crab. Are we down with that? I think I am. No, do we even care about this crab? Is this crab even what we're fighting over? This is a tough game. Like, it's a little complicated here to understand what's going on. We also have the Vortex, and for 4 mana, this can tuck the opponent's crab, but we need them to use their mana. Let's play the beans. There is a ward ignorer. It's a little late. If I had played the beans before combat, that would have been awesome. So let's get them to tap out here. Nope, they don't go for it. I thought they were going to go for this town, which would then we would vortex this to the bottom in response by paying 4. But they played around it. Clever. What a little duel we have. Not even an attack. What is this cowardice? Okay. Let's plant the seed. Get the talent. Okay. So we still have this town. We still have a vortex. What would this town bounce here? Beans? Just for value? Like, bouncing their stuff really isn't very good for me. Maybe I bounce their beans and make them play it again, because we're ahead, right? I think that's pretty good. I draw 3. Their beans is back in their hand. They have to pay 2 for it. As long as we're ahead, that's good for us. Get an opt. By the way, 20 cards in our library. Make it count. Sure. Those are good. We do want more threats. So they held up all their mana. What are they going to do? What are they going to do? We also kind of want the beans. In our situation, with only 19 cards left, we have to be a little careful about running out of cards. We go to combat. They play crab. They tap these. Terror attacks. They block terror. Nowhere to run. Probably. Pretty good. Bushwhack. Bushwhack. Let's go. Oh my god. How could this happen? Block. Probably. That ward is annoying. Well, let me show you something else that's annoying. Being able to ignore ward. You have nowhere to run. So this is where they probably bounce this crab. Yep. Okay. But ward is being ignored, and they have 1 creature on board. We should be trying to build up a very big board that they then have to deal with. We have 6 lands. It's really tempting to tuck this crab. But if it's on the board, and we have nowhere to run, it's not that bad. Let's play out the talents and our big old terror. How are we doing on basics? Is there one more island in the deck? No, there are no basics left in the deck. That is an important thing to know before you go searching for them. All right, we have a board. Into the Flood Maw. Yep. Is a removal, basically. Yeah, I think the big turn's coming up. We really want to find a way to finish it. So they pay for their beans. And there you have talent. 4 mana. I'm gonna go for a vortex here. Try to use our mana. If I bounce the crab, it comes back tapped. I think that's good enough for me. Give me nowhere to run. Haha. Because they have another crab anyway, and 2 crabs doesn't tap 2 terrors. So yeah, keep him off the board. Keep him off the board. Keep him off the board. I think right here, though, they can tap. Well, it depends how much they tap out. Like if they go for a double crab. There is a go for the throat down there, isn't there? Oh, yeah. These cards don't really do anything. 13 cards. One Whittle Throat go for her. Uh-huh. They tapped. What else you got? I mean, they have to stop the token. I'm sure they will. Yep, they flood maw it. Let's kill one crab. Get that out of here. Drop them to 2. And yeah, they've got a big uphill climb. Let's get more bodies on the field. Do not surveil. Dig their way out. They made a dork. When they're casting more beans, that's good for us. It's mana without board presence. And they're doing that from behind. We're in a better position. Passing the turn. Do they have a way to survive? I think if they're going to bounce this, they're going to do it anyway. Let's try... Pew pew. A little of this. Uh-huh. Just gotta leave them without blockers. Easy. Yes! Fought him off. Isn't Ward great? Isn't not having to pay Ward great? It's the great equalizer. Terror, 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 terror. This gets another land. Once I have the other land, I use the cash grab and maybe I get some beans. I mean, I think this is just a keep, right? This town ain't big enough is really good once you find beans. We gotta find beans. I wonder if I Seed of Hope for the land first. Hold my pollen. Yeah, let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. I'm going to time it on their end step so they have no idea what I'm up to. It's a red deck. Oh, wow. Okay. Okay, maybe you don't want to attack? It's a big decision. Yeah, it's a good choice. Oh, well, my first Seed of Hope goes for nothing, but we did hit the land. This only makes blue until we actually have an island or a swamp. But now we can cash grab, which will hopefully get us to a terror or a beans, because the damage is coming. Oh my lord. Are they gonna... Dude, are they going for Monstrous Rage already? No chill. They have no chill. Okay, 14. We grab. There's a crab. And there's nowhere to run that I can't cast, but once I get the island, I can. I mean, I think I just grab a crab. I have the double blue. Each instant or sorcery in the graveyard. I'm missing one instant or sorcery, but I'll get that. The Analyze the Pollen can do that. I think I just want the land. Or no, it's saying it's 2 blue now. Each instant or sorcery. 5 of them. Oh yeah, the cash grab's in there now. We're good. I do think I still want to hit the land though. Even though this could be a terror. Yeah, we want the land. Black mana activated. Now once we drop the crab and we have this town to protect it, should be in a pretty good spot. They did hit all the lands. They know about the crab. They play the challenger. Okay. Going to combat, let's drop the crab and let's tap the two larger creatures. They don't use another monstrous rage, so that's good. Okay, crab is in the house. This town ain't big enough is here. I think we're supposed to play... We're supposed to keep hitting lands if we can. Because we do need, like, we wanted this town this and then cast it again. But let's... Also, if we hit a terror, that would be great. Let's use Seed of Hope. We get Beans or Sanctum. I mean, we gotta start the Beans at some point. I don't know if it's this turn, though. But yeah, I think we hold up this town ain't big enough in past turn. This might be a bounce my crab, bounce your thing. And they go for a Nemesis, okay. They might have a shock for that, but we don't really have life gain outside of Seed of Hope anyway. Let's block here and make them have a spell. They go for Burst Lightning Face. Okay. So that's not going to kill the crab. This is going to drop us to 13, down to 10, down to 5. Down to 5. I think we want to kill this challenger. So let's opt. Try to do better than the land. Okay, we got the land anyway. It's gonna get scary. We're gonna need more blocks. They're only on one card left. Let's go Beans. Bushwhack. That's gonna be a nice one next turn. A little limited on green. They're going to combat. They're going in. We'll block here. Wait for the spell, because right now it's not lethal. They go lightning strike your face, which is lethal. We can't get out of it. Like, we can go like this and draw, but that's not good enough. Man, these two cards were one card away each. If we had those, we'd have been fine. Oh, mono red, I still hated thee.